All right, boys. So I thought since we just got out of school, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I decided I thought we've all been doing school for quite some time. Some of us longer than others. Well, Calvin, because he's kind of old, but
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
I'm 4 months older than Gabe. It's nice.
and 5 months older than some
Mm.
amount of months older than I am. So I thought we could talk about some school stories. Do you guys have any good ones? I have a good one to start. If you guys
Yeah, you
don't,
start. You start. Let
if
me
you want,
cook. Let me cook.
Take the
okay,
stage. Take the stage.
Gabe knows the exact story I'm about to tell, so we can tell it together if you want. It's the one about we'll call him Darren, for whatever
Oh
reason.
yeah,
We'll
I
call
gotta,
him
I
Darren.
gotta like not dox anyone. Hold on.
Yeah. So okay, so you know the story of who I'm talking about, Gabe, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
However you spell his name. You know what I'm talking
Oh,
about?
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yep, yep.
so we'll call this kid we'll call him Darren. I've told you all the story. Gabe was there for this. So back in I believe it was fourth grade, I think. So I as you know, I used to play on this like little league. I think it was a like a little league baseball team, And in fourth grade I played I I played on this team and as Calvin, you probably know this, but I used to be a huge fan of Anthony Rizzo. He was my favorite player of all time.
Yeah. I mean, who
I'm
who doesn't like Anthony Rizzo? Like,
I mean, he has Riz. I mean, it says it in his name.
yeah, like
That's the
actually, I have
worst
a
joke I've
signed. I have a
ever made in
signed
my
ball.
life.
I have a signed ball
No,
by him.
no.
No,
I
yeah,
have a
I
I had
signed
to,
remember.
ball
I
by him. I have a
What'd you
I had
signed
say?
to
ball of
hold
Anthony
my,
Rizzo.
I had to hold myself in for making that joke. So I'm so happy
I was,
someone else made that joke
I
because
was,
Okay.
I
I
was
was,
just sitting there just saying, "Don't say it, don't say it."
I have a
Dude,
signed ball from the Rizzler.
no, yeah, no, I was about to mention that. I'm mad jealous of that. I was tempted to
I
just
got it from
like,
I got it in like 2020, I think.
yeah, I know, I saw it in your room and I was like, that might just be mine now. But
Anyway, keep going, keep
so
going.
anyway, so for this baseball team, so what the coach did, like the coaches did, they would say, you know what, for the first few days, we're just gonna have you all play whatever position you want, just to
Mhm.
figure out where you guys would be suited, and then
Mhm.
after that, we'll just put you wherever we feel you'd be good at.
I mean, you obviously wanted first base,
Yeah,
correct?
because he's a first
Yeah,
baseman.
yeah, yeah,
Now
yeah.
I waddle my fourth grade self over to fourth base.
Fourth
Uh,
base, yeah.
so I go over to first base. Now two other kids come with me. The first kid isn't important, but the second kid is the kid named Darren. So Darren, he looks at me and now I my mom has always taught me to be a polite gentleman and introduce myself to whoever I meet. So I introduce myself. I say, "Hey, my name's Caden. What's up?" And this kid decides to be a sack of dicks and just, completely ignores me. So
Hmm.
so the way we were doing it is that everyone would just line up and they would like, go in cycles, like he hit
Yeah,
the
yeah,
ground.
yeah.
He hit it.
I did
Yeah.
that. I did a tryout for baseball before, and I did not make it. I don't want to talk about it.
It's okay.
Baseball's not my
So
thing anyway.
so you go to see so you just like kind of they hit the ball to you, you make the play, whatever, and then next person. So I did it. Now I was making about probably like 3 out of 4 plays, which isn't horrible for me when I
Not
was
terrible, not
10.
terrible.
That's not the best, but not awful. Now this kid could not make a play to save his life. All right, like let me tell you, this kid was awful. Like I don't normally like being mean to people, but he was mean to me. So every time I would mess up, like even make the slightest mistake, he would get on my cheek, say, "Wow, man, you suck." When this kid could not make a play to save his life, but I'm over here trying to be a decent human being and say, "Oh, you'll get it next time. You got this." And he was god awful. Like this kid did not know how to play the game at all. Now, after the first couple of days, after like a little bit of I, after a couple practices, we go like the coaches announce where they want everyone finalized, like what your main position's going to be.
Hmm.
And you'll never believe it, but this kid Darren gets first base, and I'm sent
Oh,
over to like shortstop or some gay
oh,
base, something
shortstops.
gay. And now this is a big hit to my ego.
Yeah,
As you
the
can
fat ego, the fat ego.
you
That
can
that no, I not to be rude or anything, but
The
the ego we're
chunkier than me,
talking about is
the
at least
chunkier than me ego.
the ego we're talking about here is at least 3 Empire State Buildings and half a Godzilla.
So like
my
half a Cody.
Yeah, so my ego is destroyed, as you can imagine. Now, this kid was, as I said, absolutely horrendous at the game. Now, I went up to the coach and I was like, okay, this is kind of unfair. I got to be on. Like, I was just kind of dead honest with him, which was kind of not nice. So the coach was like, one, don't get on down on your teammates like that, which is fair. And two, the reason he picked him, you'll never believe this. I shit you not. The coach told me, well, he's left-handed, so he's probably better suited for this position. Apparently, typically you'd want a left-handed player to play on first base because it's easier for them to like reach out and get the tags and whatever it is, you know.
Oh,
Now,
and mind you, to reminder, this is fourth grade baseball.
yes, so this is like an eight, like so the way like this youth league works is like it's between like 2 or 3 grades, so it's somewhere between like probably third and fifth graders. I think he was a year older than I am, so he was so it's like fourth and fifth graders. Okay, so 10 and 11-year-olds, and they're making this serious of a thing. Like, they're making it this big of a deal. So now we're gonna set fast forward uh to uh to seventh grade, I think. Right, Gabe?
Uh, yeah. If this is a story, I believe that we're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. So seventh grade. So you guys know how on most holidays like your school will do some form of cool activity for it, like
Hmm.
so on
Oh yeah,
St.
yeah,
Pat
yeah, yep. I know
Yep.
the
So on
story.
St. Patrick's Day, they all the middle schools we got to go to the gym, or you either got to pick like the gym or watching a movie in a different classroom. You got to just choose what you want to do. Now I chose to go to the gym because I was a normal person. And
Yeah.
let me now I'm not to brag, but me, Calvin, and my sister, we used to play Gaga Ball all the
Oh
time.
yeah. W game.
Dude,
Yeah,
we
if you
got
guys haven't played Gaga Ball, before, do it now.
Okay, so the way the game works, just to simplify it, you hit the ball with your hands and you have to hit someone, below the waist. That's like the real big thing. That's the main
Yeah,
aim of the
we
game.
used to play Baba Gall on my trampoline. The
Dude,
memories, bro.
we had like this reverse Gaga ball with like where it was like a big yoga
It
ball.
was a yoga ball, yeah.
And you had to like it was the weight you'd hit with the waist and above. That was so
It
fun.
was
Jeez,
fun.
that was so
Anyway,
cool.
keep going, keep going.
So back to the story. So I, mind you, am absolutely clapping cheeks in Gaga Ball. I am
As
clap
usual,
as I was because I am a trained professional at this game.
Specifically, I would like to say specifically mine. I'm not particularly good at sports, so there were a couple casualties in my legs
Besides
after
climbing
that
and
day.
jumping, besides climbing and
Besides
jumping.
cross country, yes. Okay, so as I'm clapping this kid's cheeks, this kid he looks at me and is like, so I get him out, okay, for the first like I get him out a couple times, it's whatever. And at this point, he starts to get kind of mad at me. He starts to get a bit angry, and realizes, oh well. And so that's what I'm thinking. And he looks at me and he starts yelling out to everyone, target this kid. And I'm just over here thinking, sorry, my bad for being good at the game. I guess like I was like those like try hard kids in PE that like take the game
Yeah,
way too seriously. I guess that's what I turned into, but like I now realize what it's like to be the sweaty kid in PE. It's so satisfying to just annihilate other toddlers.
that's what I used to be, and then I stopped
Yeah,
for
I
reasons.
I,
for
um,
reasons.
wait. Never mind. Let's finish the story and then we'll discuss those reasons after.
No, that's okay. You can leave him. You can leave him behind.
Yeah,
That's okay.
we
No,
don't
no,
need to
no,
discuss
no.
this.
No,
No,
it's okay.
we don't gotta do that.
Yeah, we
That's
don't
a
got to do that.
that's a lot. So
We're talking
anyway,
about beating toddlers.
yeah, beating toddlers. Okay, so this kid's like yelling stuff out. He's yelling like target this kid. He's like and obviously after realizing this is like around the time where I had like started deciding, hey, I want to like make jokes and stuff. Like I like being funny, kinda. I'm not good at it, but I like doing that. Now, so I decide it would be funny if I were to make this kid as mad as I could possibly make him. So I was just targeting him like an absolute bozo. And then eventually he starts yelling out, and then he yells out, this is why you suck. This is why you sucked at first base. He brought back this
Oh,
card, mind you. That took place in fourth grade, and I was in seventh grade at this time. So this was like a probably probably close to 3.5 years actually, because it was like during the summer of that year. So it was
Yeah.
like 3.5 years. So I after a while. at first I didn't understand what he was talking about because I had completely forgotten about this because I don't care that much about it to remember. Oh yeah, this kid like made fun of me in fourth grade. I don't care enough to remember that. So after a while, I finally remember that. Now I start talking. Now once I realize he's still talking smack, I decide to talk shit back. We're going back and forth. I have Gabe, Charlie, and Cody next to me. Okay, so and they're kind of backing me up on this one, but he also has his big group of guys, and they're all a year older than us, and we're all twigs, and they're big and
And
scary and
I was,
mean.
mind you, I would love to protect Caden, but as soon as the big guys came through, I think I just shut my mouth and stayed quiet, and I think I might have
Nom
backed
your
away from Caden.
Yeah, okay.
Listen, I'll protect my friends, but
To
if
an
they're bigger than
extent.
me, bye
To an
bye.
extent. If they're over
I'll
the
stand at
age
the
of like
guideline.
if they're over the age of like 6, then Gabe's backing down.
Yeah, I can't do that one, buddy. You got
Nah, you got
this.
that one.
I'll cheer
He's
you on.
he's a preschooler, Gabe. No, you got that one. It's all you.
Yeah, you got that
He'll,
one.
he'll be a cheerleader on the
I'm 90%
sideline.
sure he has a 100% sure he has a gun.
Now, so Gabe is, not really saying much. Charlie doesn't get involved in this, but Cody's the kind of guy that you don't really want to get into an argument with because it's not because he's like a big scary guy that you wouldn't want to fight.
Or like he's a good argument. He just never lets it drop.
Yeah, one, he's very stubborn, and two, he will go to your darkest place. If you're like, say your dog just died, or like say you have a family member that just died, he will be sure
No,
to
he
bring
will
that
go
up.
there. He will
He
go
will
there.
go there. He has no limits, which is kind of great when you have him on your side in an argument. I got to be honest.
Yeah,
Now,
it's
But
kind
when
of
you're
nice.
against him,
When you're
but when
against
you're
him, it's
against him, it
annoying as
kind
hell.
of pisses you off a little bit, and you realize, hey,
it's cutting out
I don't
so
really want to talk to this guy
bad.
anymore.
It's cutting out so
I'm
bad for
not.
me.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. So Gabe now this kid starts cheating in Gaga Ball, which I mean, so back to the Gaga Ball. He's kind of cheating just a little bit, not getting out when he's supposed to,
I
just
mean,
kind of.
everyone in their fair share of Gaga Ball has done this once or twice, but like,
If you have played a game like Gaga Ball or Dodgeball or something, and you have gotten hit and you say you didn't, then or if you claim that you've never done that before, then you are just there's two kinds of people who have cheated and people who are liars.
yeah.
Those are the two kinds of people in this world. And so I will admit that I've done that before, but this kid was
Oh yeah.
doing it constantly, right? And so Cody realized this and he's like, um, and he starts doing it too. I got caught on my words there for a sec. So Cody starts doing it as well. And then, yes, Dallas is what I was going to say. Darren, can't keep this name fucking straight. Oh my God. Anyway, so Darren, what he does is he starts getting on Cody. He's like, "What do you say? Stop that! No, you meanie!" And whatever he yelled. So then, um, so Cody looks at him. And He is like, "Excuse me?" Okay, now one thing about Cody, I feel like he's the kind of he's bigger,
Yeah, he just like a
Have you
couple
guys?
skyscrapers. Just a couple skyscrapers.
Okay, now here's the thing. What I feel like the way I like to imagine this is, I'm not trying to be like a dick here, but like how like large black women will just like do you know how they respond like that kind of I don't know how to explain it. This is
They
sounding very
respond with some sort of sass.
yeah
We're not trying
this
to be racist. We're
no
not
yeah I'm not trying
racist.
this sounds very racist but like but that's the kind of way Cody responds and
Yeah, no, I see
now
it. I see it. I
now I
see it.
jump in on Cody's side because he's my boy and two I don't like this kid. And then Darren, he goes away from Cody, and he threatens to jump me after school.
Oh,
What?
Yeah.
Now, why? I wasn't involved in this. I had no purpose in this. I think it's just because he didn't want to fight Cody. Because his thing, Cody has like his younger brother would have probably beaten this kid's ass. Cody's younger brother is a scary guy. I got to be honest. But and he never did. But I don't know why he went directly to me. But yeah, I think that's majority of the story. That's all
Wait,
the
no,
important.
you didn't. You didn't put the joke Cody made down.
Oh yeah, no. What triggered this? What triggered me to get involved? So Dayton was. I gotta blur that, don't I? Oops, that's my bad.
Jeez.
Uh, that's on my bad, guys. So Darren, that's
Yeah.
what I said, 100%. Don't check that. So Darren, he goes, uh, dude, you're cheating, and Cody says makes the most original joke I've ever heard in my life. He decides to say, "I'm not cheating. I'm not your mother,"
Oh.
which
So mind
obviously
you,
we're in
as
seventh.
as he said this, I look around and I decide to back up because I know something's about to happen because Darren,
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 Darren
Darren, Darren.
we can get this one out.
immediately looks at Cody in his eyes and walks over there and just shoves him. I don't know how he did it, by the way. Okay, I don't know
Because
how.
Cody's a
Yeah,
big
Darren
Cody's
did it.
guy.
Cody's a couple skyscrapers large. Couple.
Not to be rude or anything, he makes these kind of jokes too. He makes some jokes about himself and he accepts them with full heart. Okay. Anyway, because Cody moves back a little bit and Cody gets mad, so he goes to push him, and I think Caden or
I
someone
think
else intervenes into this and just gets Caden away because no one wants to have that happen in the middle of the Gaga pit.
I don't remember. I don't know. I don't
Cody,
think.
because
I think it was once they were
I
both
know,
out. I think they were both out at this point. Maybe. Like they were both, because like the way Gaga ball works, like we were playing like endless mode, like
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
there's
yeah.
elimination where you just, if you get out, you're out until the last person standing. But there's also a way, like if you get out, you go to the back of the line, and then the next person jumps in and it goes in a line, each
yeah.
I've
time.
never
So
played that way before, but I understand. Yeah.
I think that's how we were playing it, and we were all out, and I don't remember who intervened. I was going. I remember I stood next to Cody, because if this kid was about to start throwing hands, I would have probably jumped in to help Cody,
Yeah,
because
back
this kid.
back your boy up.
Yeah, I mean Cody probably could have handled it himself. All he had to do was just sit down. The school crumbles, and he just wins. GG, well played. 10-hit combo out of here.
You guys continue to talk. I'm gonna see if I can't join on something else, so I'm not cutting out as bad as I am.
You try, yeah.
All right. So, or do you just wanna? Here's an ad from our sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. We're not
Not
supposed to
actually sponsored. Not sponsored. Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. Do not go check out Raid Shadow Legends unless they
It's
sponsor
an
us.
L game. It's an L game.
Yes, exactly. Unless they decide to give us money, they don't check
Yeah.
it out.
Then we'll yeah.
Hang on one second. I'm gonna go across my room to get my water. Hang on.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Hello.
He went to go grab water.
Okay. I heard the last thing I heard was Raid Shadow Legends, so
What,
I'm a little confused.
What
Okay.
happened?
We already,
We
we
wait.
sponsored.
Oh yeah. Well, we were gonna do an ad read for
So Raid Shadow Legends is an L game, and definitely do not buy it because I tried it out before and it's terrible.
yeah. Unless they decide to give us money, don't try it.
Yeah.
Unless
So
they pay us, do not buy it.
unless they give us money
Okay.
directly, don't check it out. So as I said, at this point, I think, yeah, I was backing Cody up. I think Darren, and then Darren turns to me for some reason. This is at this part. This is when he would like start threatening to jump me after school. Now here's the thing. I would not have been scared of Darren normally, because like I was I was a small kid like in elementary school, but like when middle school hit, I had a huge growth spurt and I was bigger
Oh
than
yeah,
most
no.
of the.
Caden shot up.
Yeah, I got like fairly big like when middle school started. I don't know what happened, and I was bigger than majority of the kids in my grade, and most of the kids in the grade above us. So and this kid was kind of smaller, but here's the thing: one, he was friends with all like the big scary guys that I'm scared of. But two, for all I know, this kid could be like a black belt in jujitsu, and I don't want to mess with that. I don't want to, be curb stomped out of oblivion. Like if he jumps me and he just slams to the ground and I get curb stomped. But yeah, so that's the story. He didn't end up jumping me. I What'd you say,
Yeah.
Gabe?
I didn't say anything.
Uh,
I was going to say something and I kind of, just lost my train
Okay,
of thought.
Gabe. You got any stories?
Yeah.
You go, and then I think I can cook up one.
So, this is so. As of now, it's obviously summer break, and This happened, I don't know, give or take a month ago.
So
Oh, they're about
recent.
to-
recent.
It's recent, yeah.
Oh wait. For context, me and them two go to different schools.
Yeah.
Yes,
so-
yes, me and Gabe go to the same school, but Calvin here does not. He doesn't go to the same school because he's weird.
Yeah.
And
So pretty much, during school, I decided that day to break the one rule that I had set for myself the entire year is stay out of those public restrooms. Stay out of the bathroom. Because I don't know what in God's green earth goes on through middle school boys for them to say, we're not going to be in a classroom. We're not going to meet over here. We're going to meet in the one area where everyone's going to go and, urinate. And we'll call this kid Jared, okay? Jared. Okay? Hate
I'm
him
trying to think
with
of
my
who would that be?
I
Oh, I should
on
figure
one
that
hand
out.
do not. I haven't talked to him for a while at this point, and I was chill with him. I talked to him a couple times, and we had just a chill conversation about either schoolwork or something like that. The one day I decided to go, he's in that bathroom. Okay. Now, typically when I go to this restroom, my main goal is to get in, get out. Okay. I walk in here,
like
and I
fat.
hear this. We have bells for every minute, and we have about a minute left, I think. So I pep up my step. Put a little pep in my step. Start walking a little faster, And anyway, as I'm walking in, I
Wait,
take a sharp. I take
Oh,
a
you're
sharp
walking.
left. I walk into the bathroom. I take a sharp left, and I just I see him, and I stop, or I go for it and I stop, and he gets scared by that for whatever reason. I'm a little. Think of a pencil with legs and glasses, and
Buzz
at
cut.
this point,
And like a
I
little
know.
no a
At
little
that
The buzz cut not
a
happened.
little no a little eraser sticking out of the crotch area.
Okay, well, all right. Pretty much, he gets all upset. He gets all pressed about this, saying, "Why are you trying to run up on me?"
Oh yeah, I remember this.
Me and my amazing communication skills say this, "Nuh-uh," and he says, run up on me again. I'm gonna punch you again. Nuh-uh.
Here's the thing with this
Nuh-uh.
kid. This kid would not. He's that kind of kid. Like I think most school bullies are like this. They won't mess with you if you're if you're either with someone or they don't have anyone to back them up. Because this kid would only or unless you're 3'2", like Gabe is here.
I'm not taking that personally.
5
Oh,
Damn. Damn. Sorry. Damn.
it's okay, Kevin. Or Gabe. It's okay, buddy. You know what? You'll grow one day. Hey Gabe, wait, should I tell the story of this wasn't at school, but it was like a school
Let
trip?
let him finish. Let him finish.
So I decide I'm
Oh, I'm
not
in the
gonna
middle
use
of
the
the story.
urinal. He's just kind of sitting there by the urinal still. I decided to go in a stall farther away from him.
He's setting up his camera. It's like above the urinal, that just points
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
Of all
And
people would do that.
what he decides to do, and instead of leaving and taking himself out of the situation like a half decent smart person, decides to walk over to the stall and while I'm taking my belt off and stuff, or unbuckling my belt to take my.
At least it wasn't like midstream, okay? At least this was happening like while you were still.
And he decides to shoulder bump it in and get up in my face and said, "You think I won't punch you?" And I again,
Uh-uh.
and he walks out and I say, "What the hell?" I said, "What the hell's your issue, bud?" And he said, "What's your issue?" And I said, "I don't got one. Seems like you got a pretty big one."
Oh.
He just walked out at that point and didn't say anything. So at that point, I just walked back to class. And mind you, I have some pretty bad anxiety. Okay, so my heart is already racing. I'm already over here overthinking everything. I get back to the damn classroom. I'm uncomfortable the entire class. He just,
Yeah, so I say.
and
So
I get
this
back
is
into the class. I get back into the class, and all of a sudden I get asked, was I trying to touch Gavin? Or Jared?
Jared.
Jared. Jared.
So, what I've learned
Jared.
from this is I'm not going to ever touch those bathrooms again.
So so Gabe knows this. I don't know, but Calvin doesn't, I don't think. So me and Cody always go to the bathroom at the exact same time every day, and it's right before lunch. Like as we're walking into the cafeteria, we get our seats because someone's gonna rob us, like some absolute buffoon. They'll take our seats. So me and Cody, we go and sit down at the table. at our lunch table. Then we walk together, holding hands and skipping down the hallway together, as you do, to go to the
Yeah, as
to
you
the
do,
bathroom
as you do.
to the bathroom together. I don't know why it's at this specific time, but it just is the most convenient. So, but there have been multiple times like that. Jared and like five other kids are in there, just like there's always something different going on in there. And like there's always this one kid that what he'll do is okay, so let me like paint the picture of how this bathroom next to the cafeteria looks. So there's when you walk in like straight to your left, that's where the urinals are, and there are four. Okay, so there are one, two, three. Okay, there's three like on the left, and then like next to the last one, there is a uh midget urinal. Okay,
Yeah.
which
That's
I
the correct
think
term. That's the
not
correct term.
even Bacon could use that thing. Like that's how small this thing is. Not even Bacon could use that, and he
If
is
you
five
know
foot two.
Bacon, he's the type. He's
He
like
is
the height of
five
an
foot
actual strip.
one.
He's the height of an actual strip of bacon.
He is
Okay, real
five
quick,
foot one,
pause.
mind you.
Pause, real quick. I'm just gonna add Griffin and Bacon to this real quick. They're not gonna talk. They're just gonna go on mute. They just want to listen apparently because they're weird.
Okay.
Weirdos.
You guys are gonna have
I
to add
can.
them.
Okay. Wait, Kevin, you can do that.
I can add
I'll continue telling my
Griffin.
story. So this kid, we'll call him Braden. His name starts with a B. We'll call him Braden. We'll stick with this theme of starting
Yep.
with the first name. Okay. So Braden here, this kid, what he would do is he would take the urinal that is in the middle of the two normal size urinals. So either you have to use the one that's either one of the two next to him, or you have to go to the midget urinal where your wiener is still above the actual urinal. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He does the most inconvenient thing possible. Also, those doors in the stalls, I'm pretty sure half the stalls like don't have locks on them in like the entire school. Like I know neither of the doors of like there are like two or three stalls in that bathroom. I know none of those have like the doors don't lock. Like you can close them, but they don't lock.
Yeah.
Dude, ever since I think probably since elementary school, I have absolutely refused to uh poop in one of the school stalls because that is you are just I am way too vulnerable to be doing that.
Did that once in sixth grade and got what's his face, Bryson, to throw a paper towel at me. It was wet and it hit my face and it literally hurt.
Dude,
You sure it was a paper towel game? You sure?
And I
dude,
put
you
the
are
on it.
just I am just way too vulnerable at that moment to be,
Our-
sitting
our
down
few-
for a minute straight. Like that's too scary, man. Can't do
barely take sitting down in the middle of class, let alone sitting down with my pants down and
that. Yeah, dude, you are literally if someone decides they don't like you, they literally are catching you with your pants down.
Yeah.
I got another unless Calvin has a story that he wants
I
to
have a
tell.
story.
Okay, I'll go after Gabe. This one's about Gabe. This was really recently.
So okay. So back in like what was this like fourth grade?
you know
Uh, um, I was friends with a bunch of kids who I'm not friends with anymore, who are not the greatest of kids, but only because I like grew up with them. So like one of these kids, he brings like a thing of fake blood to the school,
It was
and
Giad, wasn't it? It was Giad, wasn't
no, it was his brother.
it? Oh, that
Um,
kid doesn't like me.
no, he really doesn't.
I'll tell. Hang on. After you tell your story, I'll tell the story of why I don't like that guy.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with school, but
Yeah, close enough. But anyway, like he brings. Let's call him um
Geo Junior.
no, let's call him um
I was like, Calvin, you shouldn't
Norwegian.
have to use a different name. 'Cause
Norwegian.
No, I'm using a different name just because it's funny. It's
no,
funny,
no,
so
no,
I'm
no,
using
no,
a
no,
different
no.
name.
So hang on, pause. Can we just talk about this real quick? Instead of using a normal name like me and Caden are, you choose to use a language.
Norwegian.
Yeah, Norwegian.
When I think of
Every name
Norwegian,
you could joke.
I don't even think
Fine,
of the
give me a
country.
name then. Give me a name then.
Was this?
Nick.
Was this? What did you
N.
say?
Nick.
You're walking on thin ice there, man. I thought.
Whoopsie. Okay.
Oh wait, okay, that name actually fits then.
No, that's
Oh wait, Gabe, we gotta tell that story. We gotta tell that the
Wait,
story.
oh yeah, you guys have to tell a story, but like, what's it?
Okay,
Give me a name for that. Give me a name for that.
okay, we'll
Maybe
go with
one.
Nick. I want to tell the story
Nick.
of
Yeah,
Nick.
Nick works. Okay, so no, after. So Nick, right? He brings a thing of fake blood in like 4th grade, right? And we like,
That's the most
as
fourth grade.
as dumb childs, right?
That's the most
We
fourth
like,
grade student thing I've ever heard in my
yeah, no,
entire
as dumb
life.
childs, we put it like,
Children. Oh,
we put
children.
it.
Continue, Calvin.
No.
We're all sitting around this. We're all sitting around the
We're
storytelling
all waiting.
fire.
I want Gabe to apologize first.
Cat got your tongue.
I want Gabe to apologize right now.
Apologize for what? Helping you fix your life? Okay, fine. I'm
Apologize.
sorry for correcting you and making you seem smarter.
Okay, so as dumb childs, we we put this fake blood like everywhere, and then this like hall monitor where like words, the people, the recess monitor, that's the word, comes up
job.
to us, and you're like, are you guys okay? And then
Wait, so
we
you were covering yourself in the fake blood?
yes like
Why?
not like cover like nose and like a little bit on the arms, like not like cover.
So can I just get an update right here?
Yeah.
So what means you're just lathering yourself in blood, fake blood.
Not lathering, not lathering, not
I
lathering.
feel like
I would
knowing
I would call
Geode.
it lathering.
You know what? Knowing. Oh, Bacon left. Okay, so knowing Geode, I feel like something he would do is he would use that as lubricant. You know, for something I'm not gonna say. So I feel like his younger brother would be just like him.
older brother.
Oh, it's
Lubricant
older.
for like the
Is
belt,
Yeah.
Geode younger than you?
the belt and the
Yeah,
engine.
Gio's younger than. No, he's not younger than me, but Nate is really old
Nick.
in my grade. Nick, sorry, Nick. Nick is really old in my. Neither of those names are correct, so it doesn't really matter. Um, he's really old in my grade, so he's like, I'm pretty sure he's turning 16 this year. So he's
Ooh,
old.
old ass.
Yeah. So he's gonna, and then so he's older than me, right? So then um he brings this and he's like, you should do it. And I'm like, okay. He goes, no balls. And I'm like, dang, I gotta do it now. So then I do it, and then we get like one of the recess monitors comes up to us, and we go, it's fake, sorry. And then she goes to the principal, and I have to go into the principal's office and be like,
Wait, what about the other kids?
no, he pulled me in individually.
You get screwed.
I know, and I was like, I'm not a 6'9", but like
Okay.
I was a little snitch.
Dude, listen, in fourth grade, you can't blame him.
Yeah, in 4th grade, like, what did you expect me to do? Like,
I don't
Just
know.
not
Well,
snitch.
in fourth grade, I called someone a fat liar, and I got in trouble for calling them fat because they took it that way instead of the fat
I
liar
called one of
part.
the teachers in a yes, the teacher. No, I called someone at my school a dirty liar, and then the teacher got mad at me.
so anyway, continuing. I had to go into the principal's office and be like, yeah, it was fake blood. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, he said.
With a W, because I could not pronounce my R's.
You would speak it better.
No, I'm kidding.
Okay,
But
that would have made the story 10 times funnier for no reason.
no, but
If you had a
so
speaking
then I
thing.
had to get a little report filled out and signed by my parentals.
Your parental figures.
Yes.
That's what your school did?
Yes.
So what would they do if you just didn't have them sign it? If you just just
I
threw it
don't
away?
know. I got it signed, Caden. I'm a
you-
good kid. I explained it to my dad and he cracked up.
You know what? Your dad's a very chill guy, unless
He
you
is.
do something
Unless
dumb.
yeah, no, unless
Unless you make him mad.
yeah.
So we're gonna call this.
Okay, yeah. So that's the
I
end of my story.
Okay. Speaking of that name or his actual name, there's a kid
Yeah.
by that name that goes to my school, and
Let's
I
also
was
call him Nick. Let's also call him Nick.
no, we'll call him Nolan.
Nolan.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
sounds
no,
like-
because I think I told this story in or like one of these stories. Like this is a whole saga. I mean,
Yeah.
so Nolan here, he has a tendency to just like he's a very interesting kid. We'll say
Interesting individual.
yeah, he has a tendency to just like how like mentally challenged kids or like people will just like I'm sorry, I just got
It sounds really bad.
no, I said mentally challenged people as didn't intend to do that. So mentally challenged people will like, make like noises,
Yeah.
Nolan would just directly make fun of that in front of teachers and stuff, which I assume he probably won't get away with that for long, I assume. But he also had a tendency to have anger issues. Like he got mad very quickly. Now, um
I got you done.
I can spell, I promise.
Mhm.
So, Nolan here, what he would do is so the very first in time I ever saw something like this was it was in 7th grade science actually. We're gonna call my science teacher Mr. C, because you know why.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Mr. C, so let me explain how his classroom was set up. So the way where I sat was I sat in the back in between, so back right corner in between two desks. So on my right was a kid we'll call Corey. We'll call him Corey. And we'll call him Corey. And on my left was Nolan. So mind you, I want you to imagine I'm in the middle of what's about to happen. All right. So Corey, I don't remember how it started, but Corey starts like I think he starts insulting Nolan, I think. They're like insulting each other. And
You're in the middle of them, right?
yes, I am sitting in between these two kids. Okay, so they're arguing, and the argument is continuing to get heated. Now, again, I'm in the middle, and I didn't want to. So if they were to get up and start fighting, I would literally be in the middle of it, like get caught in the middle, like
In the
physically.
crossfire.
I would be in the crossfire, and I'd probably get the nastiest left hook known to man just for being there. Oh, no, don't screw us like this.
Gabe, no.
Gabe,
No,
I
don't.
literally have this
Resist.
story in one more, and then you could be done. Okay.
Resist, Gabe.
So,
5 minutes, Gabe. 5 minutes.
I got this in one more story. And then and I think he got held back, right? Nolan, this kid got held back, and Corey, he decides to mention that and Nolan gets up and starts just cussing this kid out. It's like I don't even remember what he said, but he was yelling so much. And like this is the point, like I never heard anything like this happen because we go to a very small school. Everyone there is pretty, just they're all fairly chill. So this is like I'd never seen something like this happen in person. So it was a fairly crazy experience. There was also another time. You know what, Gabe? I'm gonna let you tell the time that happened in our health class because that was terrifying for you.
Yeah. I'm so happy. Thank you. You
Yeah,
want me to tell that now?
yeah. This is
Okay.
where these are the only two times I can recall.
All right. So, health class is taught by, we'll call her
This is T
Mrs. T.
from
We
Sis
gotta.
Titties.
All right.
Griffin, don't get mad. Griffin, don't get mad. I'm sorry. That was a joke.
Okay, so she is a relative. She used to be sub. She used to sub in for a lot of teachers. That's what we knew her for. Okay. For whatever reason, this year she took the job of being our actual health teacher. And mind you, the girls before. So what we did was we split it into semesters. First semester was an all boys PE, best PE class I probably had in a while. Because I mean, just
Bunch of
and
dudes
then
slapping meat. I mean, sorry, my bad.
and
Real
then
quick.
health class was all girls. And what we heard from the girls is that Miss T is nothing but like she gets
Thompson.
mad. Thompson, yeah, sure. She gets mad, and or she doesn't get. They explain that she gets mad and she's showing topics that could be considered sensitive subjects for a group of individuals. Okay.
I don't think she said sensitive. I think what they said was that we would be way too immature to watch that.
Yeah. Fair enough. But as we got into that class for our second semester after Christmas break, we learned very quickly she does in fact get mad. And I have reason to believe it is because, well, actually, I don't have to have reason. I think everyone knows exactly why she gets mad. It's Jared.
I know, Jared.
Everyone loves Jared.
Oh, I have another story now.
So now at this point, I think we're learning about diabetes at this point in class. And
Something like
we
that.
do it as where she presents up in class and we have to fill out a Google form about it. We have to follow
Like,
along.
yeah,
Well,
she has
now,
like a slideshow, that she flips through, and you just have to like fill in the answers like as she goes on. It's very easy. It's word
Yeah,
for
no,
word.
that's like one of the easiest classes that we
It's
now,
took in
it's literally
Hazel.
word for word.
now, Nolan
Nolan.
at this point has literally always just rushed through these assignments. He continuously just rushes through them, and then right after he gets on YouTube or he gets on a game or something. Well, this day in particular, he is on YouTube and she closes out of his tab. And I don't know why this day in particular, he gets up in the middle of the class and he walks up about right between me and Griffin. At this point, I'm terrified because there had been threats made by him to the school before. At this point,
No.
I'm terrified.
No,
He's right behind me.
for playing Call of Duty in the middle of the class.
Yeah.
No, what happened?
He
No,
made
here's the
it.
thing. When he threatened to do that the first time, it was because he got out in dodgeball. I'm dead serious. It was because of dodgeball. He got mad.
Yeah. So now he's up in the middle of class and he's absolutely just cussing her out. Almost like going ham, and that sounded mad wrong. He's absolutely just cussing her out. He's saying everything from the dictionary except for the funny 6-letter word that I can't find. I don't have the particular criteria to say said word. Now, he's just blatantly saying it to her, and I'm terrified because he's right by me, and any moment he could decide, I don't like this.
I'm done
my
with
right.
this. And then
I don't like, and I'm
360 no scope Gabe out of oblivion.
Yeah, pull a phase clan in.
because I have a kid
Phase
behind me.
Jarvis,
We'll
no,
call him.
no.
I have a kid behind me. We'll call him Garrett. Okay. Now Garrett is. I'm not gonna say he's giant. I'm just gonna say he may or may not rival some of our bigger animals in the ocean. Okay.
Why
Now
Garrett?
I knew that there was no way I could get out because it's
He's
one of those
gone.
desks that has the bars. So I have the bar to my right, so I can't get out that way. He's
Yeah.
right to my left. There's no way I'm getting over the damn desk. I could probably stand up out of my chair and get behind me. Mind you, Garrett's behind me, so there's no way of getting that. It's pretty much lost my point. So I'm
Stand
sitting here
behind Garrett.
terrified, and he just walks away, and he looks at everyone and just starts like going ham on us. Stop, pause.
Yo.
He gets all mad at us, and then he just leaves the classroom. Okay.
I'm at the
And
front.
then
We were all sitting at the front though. At least we weren't the kids in the very back left. Because if he would decide to start playing Call of Duty, we could have gotten out maybe. But like all those other kids, they were done. They were gone.
Playing Call of Duty
They're
is great.
gone.
Playing Call of Duty is great.
They're
bad.
gone.
One kid, we'll call him Clint. Yeah, there's no way Clint was making it out. I'm sorry. And neither was Javier. Neither was Javier. Both those kids are lost causes. And so just pretty much, and he continued to do that. I think a total of 2 more times after that before the end of the year. So now my insult to him is every time he's annoying to me, I'll just say, "I'm gonna close out of your YouTube tab."
Is that really what you say? Is that the best
Maybe.
thing you can do?
It makes him get quiet, so I just say it and he gets quiet.
All right, so I have one more story that I want to tell. We got to do like a second one for this because we probably could come up with we have a lot more.
I don't have that many stories because my school's kind of uninteresting, to be honest.
I have a few more stories that I could tell, but I have one that I want to end us off on because Gabe has to go for some goofy reason.
Yeah.
So this actually the reason I want to tell this is that so as you Calvin, me, Gabe, and everyone, all the other boys, we all had 8th grade promotion recently. So everyone give us a round of applause real quick.
Young.
So so at the end of our 8th grade year, they decided to take us to Six Flags in St. Louis. I can say this because there are like 100 other schools that go, so it doesn't matter. So we go. Now this is about Gabe. So Gabe has never been to an amusement park before, right, Gabe?
Nope.
So this is the first one.
I'm gonna hold myself back from saying that joke that I just thought of.
You can make it after. So
I can make it after.
So the first, so me and Garrett from the last one. So I think it's so the first ride we decided to take Gabe on for the so for the first ride we decided Gabe
I
should ever
really wish I
ride
screenshotted that.
is the Batman ride, which is one of the most shut up 5 seconds.
Never mind. I'm
So
sorry.
so the Batman ride. So that's a really like that's a fairly big ride, you know, it has a lot of inversions and stuff, you know. Um and we decided to take Gabe on it. That's his first ever like ride. And that's a pretty big ride for your first time ever at an amusement park. And Gabe hates it because he's boring and I hate him. And then so we decided to take him over to what me and Garrett tell him is one of the more tame and calming rides, which is a wooden coaster. Now, Calvin, I mind you, what Gabe said to us was what he said was that he didn't like the all the inversions and stuff, you know,
Mm-hmm.
which is and that's all a wooden coaster is. It's all tight turns and it's all rickety. That's what a wooden coaster is. And big drops. Big drops is Gabe's number one fear, apparently.
No. My
I can hear
number one
myself
fear.
echoing out of Gabe's mic.
Number one
It's
fear?
fake.
Arachnids. Number second fear. Second fear, okay.
Okay.
Any other bugs that can fly or bite me or
They can
harm me in
fly!
any way. And 3, giant drops off of a damn lumber-made coaster.
So at Six Flags, as you may know, there are if you've been to the Six Flags in St. Louis, there are two wooden coasters that are fairly close to each other. It's the Screaming Eagle and the Boss. Now the Boss is like the Screaming Eagle, but a lot bigger, a lot more rickety, a lot faster, and just overall just better. It's just a better version of the Screaming Eagle. Now we tell Gabe that it's the opposite. So we tell Gabe that we're getting on the Boss, right? And we tell Gabe we had to lie to his face. Okay, we had to tell him we were like, don't worry, this it's okay, Griffin, you'll be okay. And so we tell him nah, you don't have to worry. And Gabe looks to his right as so we're sitting in line for this ride, right? And Gabe looks to his right and he says and he sees the big drop of this ride, you know, the big first drop, you know. Mind you, there are 4 drops in this ride, something like that. And he looks at this ride or at this drop, and he is like, he looks at me with pure fear in his eyes, like, "Are you sure that's not the one we're going down?" And I'm like, "No, that's for the Screaming Eagle. That's for the other big ride." Mind you, I lied. I'm sorry, Gabe. I lied to you. Now, so I took Gabe to Calvin. You know how if you guys have been ever been to Six Flags, you know how you could go over to the
I
you can
haven't been to
choose like
Six Flags, but I've been to like other places.
I think at Holiday World, you know, where you went
Yeah,
through
I've been
with
to Holiday World.
So I think at that there as well you can choose you know you can choose like wherever like whatever like seat you want to be in, you know, you can get in line for that seat.
Yeah.
So they had that at Six Flags. So I think Gabe's to the very front, obviously. Like the good friend I am.
I think it's just gonna be, you know, a little fun trip through the forest, a little skippy do. No fucking it isn't. In fact, he lied to my he pissed me off so bad.
So me and him get on and I think it's what? It's Garrett and we'll call him Matt, whatever. It doesn't matter. Garrett and Matt are behind us, right? Is it was that who it was or was it Griffin and Garrett?
Oh wait, no, it was Griffin.
Yeah. So those two are behind us in the car right behind us. And so me and Garrett are in on this joke. Griffin doesn't care enough to say anything. Chester is just, you know, I think he knew. He just
Chester
didn't
wasn't on that ride. Chester wasn't on that ride at that point.
Yeah, he wasn't like he didn't go on the same like he went on the next like set of like cars. And Matt, he just didn't care enough to say anything. So we get on the ride, and Gabe looks at me one more time for reassurance. He's like, "Are you sure that's not the big one we're going up?" And then the car takes off. Okay, and I look at him. I look to my right, and I take his hand. You know, give it a little kiss, and say,
As you
"Gabe,
do, as you
I
do.
promise you, that's not the drop we're going on." And as I'm doing this, we start going up the hill.
And I look above me, and I see as we climb up that, in fact, the entire line, the entire queue I waited for, being reassured it wasn't this big drop that I was terrified of, is in fact the big drop we're climbing right now. So gotta mind you, I'm shitting bricks, and the only words I can bear out before
Gabe's,
I felt like I was gonna pass. I look over to Caden and I say, "You're a prick."
he looks at me, hates. He slowly turns to his left, looks at me, wide-eyed, and goes, "You prick."
I look
Now,
behind me at Gavin and
me,
them, or
so
Garrett and them.
yeah, so me and Garrett are crying, laughing, of course, and I think Griffin just doesn't care enough to say much. So, and mind you, that I don't even think that was like the biggest drop. Like that ride is that's like probably the most intense ride they have just because of how rickety it is, and the big drops and the tight turns. And that was that. So yeah, that was the last ride we rode that day. That was great. So yeah, I think that's the last story I have to tell for today. Do you guys have any? So Gabe, you have to go, correct? We're getting to the
Yeah.
15-minute mark.
Yeah, I'm good with this. This is a good, successful first podcast.
No, I
So
think that.
you get. So do you guys
Yeah,
have
I don't
any
think we have any more
last
stories.
closing words?
Don't ever trust Caden. He's a liar. He's a manipulator, and if you trust him, then loved you while you lived.
And if you heard any real names that you recognize in this video, no, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
You did not. All right. Well,
All right.
I think that is good enough to conclude our very first episode of the Unfiltered Podcast. Hope you all enjoyed. What do you want to do? Every week we do episode?
Yeah,
Every
I say
weekend?
every week.
Every weekend we could do
I'm
one.
down. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm down.
We have a lot. We have a lot more dumb topics. It's Saturday right now, so I just had to
Yep.
double check to make sure it wasn't Friday. I had to make sure.
You just want to do it
So
every Saturday.
Yeah, I'm done with
every Saturday or Sunday. But yeah. And
Okay.
says that you guys' final words.
No, I'm good.
All right.
Yep.
We have to have like a motto like at the end of every episode.
Remember, being filtered is boring. Be
Yeah,
unfiltered.
Yeah,
Don't-
being filtered is
don't-
boring, so always be unfiltered.